Do not start with a whimper, but with a bang. A little sentence which acts as a hint to any of my future lovers and a life lesson that we should all take something from. It's much better to begin strong in every endeavour you undertake, like a professional wrestler, in a blaze of fireworks, pageantry, and tight underwear. Video games too need to have impactful opening moments to fling the hooks of their title deep into the eyes of the player and pull them through to the finish. Having a bad start can make even the most die-hard fans drop off quickly. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy XIII. So here and now, let's begin like we mean to carry on and look at some of these operatic openings which ushered us to orgasm. I'm Jules with WhatCulture.com and here are 10 of the best video game opening sections. Number 10. Star Fox. From the moment you saw those polygon fighters chug down the wireframe tunnel to the instant they exited accompanied by that badass synth sting, you just knew that Nintendo's Star Fox and the SNES was gonna be good. This opening level is now something etched into the minds of gamers young and old, as it acted as a showcase for the much-touted Mode 7 SNES effect, which allowed for a pseudo 3D feel never seen before. The level design is on point, colourful, simple and escalating in challenge. You get to experience all the highs and lows of your teammates and blast enemies to base elements. And let's also not forget, you're in a spaceship doing barrel rolls and shooting robots carrying towers like a pane of glass in a Buster Keaton film. Finish this up with a simple boss battle which falls apart quicker than Brexit promises, and Corneria sets you up for a world of fun. Number 9. Sonic 1. Boy, my nostalgia is tingling right now. This level introduced us to the blue blur before he became the bumbling bumhole that he is nowadays, and got players accustomed to the speed that the series was famous for. The beautiful backgrounds of the Green Hill Zone coupled with the level design which encouraged blazing through as quick as possible really gave this dude with the toots a sense of edge not seen since Linkin Park. And let's not forget that loop-de-loop. Sublime. Number 8. The Last of Us. Sometimes not all beginnings are joyous ones, as is proved by the opening to the PlayStation gem The Last of Us. After a video sequence so charming that my knees went weak and funnier than Jack the Jobber's chat-up skills, you take the reins of PJ-toting tween Sarah, as she becomes swept up in the deadly infection that's spreading across the globe. An incredible sense of tension is created through seeing what should be reassuring forces like parental figures and authorities fail to stop this mounting terror, as well as the utter destruction that the infection has inflicted. Taking control of Joel offers us momentary respite as it lulls the player into a sense that, as a strong adult, that we could fight against this horde. But as The Last of Us is keen to show, loss is one of its primary themes. A powerful opening which not only sets a tone, but enforces that sometimes all we can give is simply not enough. Number 7. Mass Effect 2. It's just another day in the space crew of the Normandy, chilling out with some rad sci-fi vibes and all the touchscreen computers you can waft a hand at. But oh dear's Sovereign's here's, bringing all manner of squid sass to the party. Forcing the player to make a desperate struggle to survive and rescue their crew, the opening moments of Mass Effect 2 provide a great way to showcase the power of the Reapers, as well as removing all of the upgrades on your previous ship to reset the stage for the next space opera. Annihilating your ship is one thing, but killing half your crew and you is a relay too far. And as you free fall directly into the planet's atmosphere, your rage is burning more than your skin. Luckily for you though, Cerberus can rebuild you, make you stronger, and make your running animation less like you're trying to chew toffee with your bum. Number 6. The Force Unleashed. Okay, I'm just going to set the scene for you here. You play as Vader throwing Wookiees around like you're an asthmatic Jason and their furry sleeping bags. It's every Sith sucker's dream to walk around as the burnt bacon man wrapped in a PS3 shell and give in to the true power of the dark side. All joking aside though, it's a wicked opening section as it lets you truly feel the strength of Vader, lending a sense of danger to the boss battle with him later in the game. You now know what he's capable of, and as such are that much more tense when he unsheathes his red-sabred meat. Number 5. Silent Hill. Spooky times in a spooky town, such as the life of Silent Hill, a game which is a smorgasbord of psychological scares and pokey jabbing odd limbs. From the moment you gaze at that pea soup fog, you know you're in trouble. And as you begin to encounter strange event after strange event like banged up cars and bloody messes, you begin to notice the noise, the eerie silence giving way to the droning air siren. The nightmare escalates, feeding you mutilated corpses and little zombo babies with a craving for crotches. And it's then that you realise that Silent Hill is going to be one hell of a hard place to survive. Number 4. God of War 3. Very few opening sections of a game can claim to have you leading an army of titans against the gods of Olympus themselves, but that's exactly what you do in the beginning moments of God of War 3. As serial hair avoider Kratos leads his team of Fraggle Rockers in a full-on assault of Zeus and his team of reprobates. Not only does this scene introduce us to the next line of gods to fall to the angriest man in the world, but it also fittingly teases victory before plunging hope and the literal sword of Olympus deep into the underworld. This perfect taste of vindication buries deep into the hearts of players and spurns them on to claim revenge. To be so close and lose only serves to enrage us further. Number 3. Doom. Doom was one of the first shooters I ever played. Yes, I am that old. And I played it with one of these. Yes, I am that old. But what wasn't old at the time was shooting aliens and things more heinous than what's under my hat in the PC classic Doom. The level was E1M1, and it is, from a totally objective standpoint, a pretty goddamn basic series of corridors. But the experience of roaming through this map armed with whatever guns you could scavenge and a mouthful of pure grit meant that this is an experience likely to put a quiver in many gamers' pinkies. Sometimes, kids, it's not about the design, but about the execution. Number 2, BioShock. I've spoken way too much about BioShock recently. I mean, just look at any of my other lists to see how much I love this game with all my rod. I can't do it again. I need to give this spot to another. I need to just prove to you that I'm not a one-trick stallion. I love you, my barnacled beauty, but it's time to move on. Number 2, Ghosts and Goblins. Where do I begin? You start the game in your underwear after having some kinky implied cemetery sex before a demon comes down and swipes your beloved and whisks her away. It's a simple, if slightly confusing, setup for a ridiculously hard game. But it's a difficulty much like the Blood Souls series in that it requires patience and timing to best. The level design is like eating at your favourite restaurant, but everything on the menu costs actual body parts, in that it's tasty, sublime even, but you're going to be in constant pain while playing it. And number 1, Super Mario Bros. Oh come on, it had to be this. It's the most popular and well-known game outside of Cooking Mama, and it's a ruddy genius example of teaching players how to get to grips with a new experience. From the colourful presentation to enemy placements which inform players how to dispatch them as well as highlighting their movement patterns, it's a testament to level design. If you're able to plonk a new player down in front of a game that they've never even thought of before and are able to have them playing with ease without a manual, you know you've done something right. We all know it, and I'm sure as hell that most of you out there love this 8-bit bastard. So let's raise a glass to Super Mario Bros. World 1-1. And that's our list. I know for a fact there are tons that we could have put on here. Resi 2, GoldenEye, GTA 5, but such is the burden of a top 10 list. However, I need your responses and comments, so leave them below for me to cry over. You can follow us here, or you can come open a convo with me on my personal Twitter, RetroJ0. As always, if you enjoyed the content, like, share, and subscribe. I've been Jules for WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.